Hey everyone, TheWolfpack here, doing another video, and this time I've got for you two figures from the LEGO Superheroes Marvel universe. These two figures come from the X-Men animated series. As you can see here, I've got the Gambit and Colossus. These two figures were based, as I said, from the animated series because I kinda like those more than the newer versions. So I kinda wanted to go basic, or classic, as they say. So here they are. And even though these may seem simple, they had their own ups and downs along the way, and I'll point those out in case you want to make your own figures based from mine. And if you guys are into Star Wars, and if you haven't seen my last video, I made 4 Senate Commandos, and they are currently up for sale on my eBay. Well, technically it's my family's eBay account, so I will be leaving a link in the description from now on, just in case you want to buy custom figures that I occasionally make, so that you guys can buy them. These figures right here are not going to be up for sale, unfortunately. But don't worry, in the future I will be doing more custom figures, all hand painted by me, so that you guys can go ahead and buy those figures off from my eBay. So anyways guys, I think that's enough for now, and I guess it's time to move on to the figures. So first off, I'm gonna show you my favorite figure from the two, this figure being the Gambit. And as you can see, I gave him an actual trench coat out of fabric. I painted the fabric brown and then I just put it on. As you can probably notice, it's not the same color as the arms, but I think that's fine. I did add some like little folds on the corners, as you can see, just to give it a little bit more of a realistic look. His face is a 2012 clone Stormtrooper helmet, head that came in the Andor Battle Pack, which was released 4 years ago now. This is that Stormtrooper that we got a couple of years ago, and throughout the years following that. And I gave the flesh a little bit more light, if you know what I mean. I made the flesh tone a little bit more realistic, and then the eyes, I made them pink, and then I gave him 2 white dots in the center there, just to represent that he's like ready to fight and stuff. So yeah, and I did add his bow. No cards, because I thought that since Colossus didn't come with any accessories, this figure will probably be a little bit too... it would have too much on him already. So I decided to go simple, but I do plan to make more of these figures. So if you want to stay tuned for that, you will probably be seeing a few custom painted cards that I'm gonna put on his hand, just to complete the entire figure. And then his torso is actually black torso, and then I painted purplish, pinkish paint on. As you can see, I also used that same color on his legs, as you can see, and on his boots. For his boots I used dark blue, and also for his neck piece and his belt. His neck piece does have a little bit of detail, as you can see there. His belt also has a tiny bit of detail, but nothing much. The back of his torso is completely blank, because I knew there was going to be a trench coat right there to cover it all up, so I didn't bother doing anything back there. So yeah, one last look at the figure, and then we will move on to Colossus. So yeah, I'm really happy how this figure came out, and I hope you guys like it. And here we have Colossus. As you can see, most of the figure is painted with silver or just chrome. I spray painted the figure. This figure was... I started this figure like 6 months ago, and I finally finished it because I was stuck with other projects. But here it is now after 6 months, and as you can see, I did failed to add spray paint on the sides of his torso, but I don't think that's gonna be like huge downfall for this figure. Overall, I believe this is one of the best figures I've made. I don't know, the legs, arms, head, and part of the torso and hands are all spray painted, and then on top of that I added red paint for the boots, bracelets, belt, and on the face, that's the face I gave him, a semi-passive face, and this is one of those few figures that you will ever see me add a double face to. And I'll take the hair off, and back there we can see that he has a much meaner face. But honestly, I like it more with his passive face. His armor is actually a Lego City life jacket. This piece is made out of softer plastic, so it's kind of hard to paint on it because the paint rubs off easier than on the harder plastic. So if you are gonna make a figure using a life jacket like I did, remember to add a few paints of color, and hopefully it'll do the trick for you. I added all those details on there. I'm happy how they all came out, all his abs and stuff. His belt is rather simple, just an X, a circle and then an X right there. And yeah, his back of the torso, just more muscle and stuff. You can kind of see the back of the double-sided face back there on the back of his head. So yeah, that's Colossus, and even though this is a much more simpler figure, I like this figure a lot actually. So I believe that's everything I had to say about this figure, so we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So I believe that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like my figures that I made for you, Colossus and the Gambit. And for summer, I believe I will be having more figures made, including Wolverine, Cyclops, Dr. Xavier or Professor Xavier, Magneto, Mystique, Deadpool, probably a Phoenix around there, and some others like Storm. I'm working on a Storm at the moment, a Nightcrawler, and a Psylocke, and probably a Rogue around there as well. Probably a Beast too, and I may be forgetting one or two, but I will be pretty much doing everyone in the team. So if you like X-Men, I'd say stay tuned for that. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe and leave a like. Don't dislike, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care guys, and thank you for watching.